Good Thursday morning of the 14th week. I want to go to the gospel today, okay? This one has a kind of a personal touch to it for me, very much so. Okay, and I'll read it to you, okay? So Jesus said to his apostles, "As you go, make this proclamation. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Cure the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the lepers, drive out demons." There's a great line coming out. Without cost you've received, without cost you to give. Don't take gold or silver or copper for your belts. No sack for the journey or a second tunic or sandals or a walking stick. The labor deserves his keep. Whatever town or village you enter, look for a worthy person in it and stay there until you leave. As you enter a house, think of a parish. Wish it peace. If the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. If not, let your peace return to you. Whoever will not receive you or listen to your words, go outside that house or town and shake the dust from your feet. Amen, I say it will be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. See? Well, forget about the last part. But boy, if that isn't, in some ways, my story of the last 50-something years, 55 years. I came here 55 years ago, 1971, 53 years ago. What am I saying? I've been ordained 55 years. But here's the kicker was that I came here, as you know, many of you know, I came here only because I needed, to the parish, St. Timothy's, now St. Mark, because I needed a roof over my head while I went to grad school at SLU. What I didn't expect, didn't even care about, was that I would be entering into a community of love and faith, and that would become so central to my life. You cannot tell my story without the story of St. Timothy's and St. Mark's. Can't. Any more than you can tell my story without the Passionists, without my family, without the university and the rest. St. Timothy's and St. Mark's is as essential to me in my story as anything. It's where I really practiced ministry. Not because I was called to do it in the sense I felt. Well, I didn't say that right. Not because I had to, it's because I was called to it by the very people I was there with. Never forget it. I told you this story. When I first got here and Father Cronin said to me, go outside and meet the people. See, I wasn't used to it. I'm monastic. I lived in a monastery. We didn't go out to meet anybody. So I went out and got out on the ball field and I saw the kids playing baseball. Soccer. They were playing soccer. And Dick Heinrichs came up to me and says, "Hi, I'm Dick Heinrichs." And that was the beginning of a friendship till he died. Yeah, I'm still friends with his family. Oh, yeah. And so many others. Still here, 53 years later. Still here. Even the years in Louisville, I kept coming back and forth. As Luke Camario, God rest him, said to me once, you baptize us, you marry us, and you bury us. And I have. 4 generations. See, cure the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the lepers, drive out demons. I don't know any about that stuff, but came and administered according to the desires of the church. See? Yeah. This is a great line, honest to God. Without cost, you've received. Without cost, you're to give. Yeah. Do not take gold or silver or copper for your belts. No sack for the journey or a second tunic or sandals or walking stick. I brought sandals. That was one of the things about, sandals because it's part of my habit. And that became a feature. It was mesmerizing to the young people. They said, the priest wears sandals at Mass. You'd be surprised how things worked. Yeah, that became one of the attractions. The allurements was the fact I wore sandals, which was normal. That was what Passionists habit. We wore sandals along with our black tunic. You see, a habit. It was. But then whenever I read this text, I think of this, no sack. What he said, do not carry gold or silver for your belts, okay? No sack for the journey or a second tunic or sandals or walking stick. But I did bring a shotgun and a rifle. That was a hunter and a bunch of fishing rods. I don't know if that counts or not. You'll have to. We'll have to sort that out after I die. What God will say. Well, you had to bring those things along. You couldn't. You know what I mean? He said the labor deserves his keep, and you certainly, the parish has certainly kept me. Holy cow! I mean it. Whatever town, seen it? Whatever town or village you enter, look for a worthy person in it and stay there until you leave the parish. How could you miss the obvious there? The parish. The people of the parish. Some intimate friends, some casual friends, some acquaintances. Makes no difference. It's a community of faith in love and love in faith. Yes. Even though with my failing memory, I have a hell of a time with names. I hope you know how much I love you. And, God, I can't remember that guy's name. He said, son, as you enter a house, wish it peace. And I certainly have. He says that whatever town you enter, look for and stay there. Okay, which is what I did. Even in Louisville, I came back and forth till you leave. As you enter a house, wish it peace. I hope I do that every day in Mass, but every day I'm with you. If the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. If not, let your peace return to you. As far as I know, my peace has never returned to me. What it means is, I found peace in you. I found beauty, goodness, faith, and peace in the people of God, the people of the parish, in the institution of the church, as I'd never seen it before. That's the truth. It's the truth. When I read this text, I think of my driving in my little Volkswagen, little green Volkswagen of St. Tim's. It's only one intention: getting a place to sleep, going to class, getting a PhD, and then going back home, back to New York. It wasn't long before I fell in love with the place and the people. They seem to have loved me. I know they did. I learned what the church was. I truly learned. I knew what it was monastically. I'm not taking anything away. If it wasn't for my passionate vocation, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be here. But what I didn't know was the broader church, the larger church. Even though I grew up in it, I never really got it until I came here and became part of it, actively part of it. And I saw how the faith is sown and how it grows. And sometimes how it's lost, which is the saddest thing. In fact, when I think about myself as clergy and the other clergymen, I hope we have not driven anyone away from the church. And in our own personalities, it's possible, especially screwball like me. But sometimes I think the opposite. Maybe a screwball like me is attractive to somebody who is disconcerted with the church. Maybe they find in my lunacy a little bit of charm. Or maybe they see themselves in me and find comfort in that I'm no better than they are, because I'm not. And that even my hobbies are so, what's the word I want? Common man. I'm a fisherman and a hunter. And I love baseball, okay? Couldn't play worth a damn, but I still love the sport. Unfortunately, I'm a Red Sox fan, and I'd say I can't eradicate that. So I'm not a Cardinal fan. I'm a Blues fan. I used to be a Rams fan and all that, but I just can't be a Cardinal fan, not after they beat us in the World Series, the Red Sox. See, that's the only thing. I don't have one Cardinals symbol, hat, jacket, nothing. The only ball cap I probably have somewhere hidden literally, is a Red Sox cap. Yeah, well, you start as a kid, you can't eradicate the heart, the matters of the heart anyway. But what I think I have to say is I came and people welcomed me. How does it say? Without cost you've received, without cost you're to give. I hope I have given as much as I've gotten and more, because what I've gotten is beyond anything I could have ever hoped for. And that's the truth. In fact, when I die, I want to be waked and the Mass said here. and then ship my butt back. I want to go home. I want to be buried in Connecticut with my family, if either the monastery in Hartford, and if that's no longer in existence, then I want to be buried with my family. I want to go home. That's the truth. But I want, upon my death, to be here. I want to die here. That's the truth. And I want to be, what's the word? My funeral, I want it to be at St. Tim's, St. Mark's. That's the truth. I hope it's a long time from now. I'm not being morbid, but I am sharing my thoughts. And then I want to be buried with my fellow Passionists in Hartford. And if not, then with the blessing of the order, with my mom and dad.